it imposed on those that it regulated. With demutualization, we've restructured, we've created a non-operating holding company that is separate from the exchange. The exchange is now a fully owned subsidiary, and the commercial activities of the exchange has also been bifurcated with that of regulation. So we have NGX regulation, we have NGX exchange, and then we have NGX real estate, which are full subsidiaries of the group, of the holding company. So the holding company, NGXGroup PLC, is what was listed on NGX, the exchange, and the regulation for that listing is provided by NGX regulation. We intend to comply with all of the listing rules. We have, like I said, have a history of actually leading from the front, and just because we've listed, that will not be different. Suffice it to say that our corporate governance framework is compliant with all the codes, the SEC guidance, the National Code of Corporate Governance, and the holding company rules of the Securities and Exchange Commission. So we have a board of directors made up of individuals that are very passionate and have experience in this area. So we believe that with all of this, we would be complying. Our intention is to comply fully.
All right, and how will this listing create value for investors? Because shareholders always seek value for their investments.
Precisely. So the demutualization and then subsequent listing of NGXGroup is really designed to unlock value for various stakeholders. And how it will do that is really by focusing on the value-creating opportunities that we see. If you look at the Nigerian demographic situation, it's a very attractive marketplace for the kind of business that we do. If you look at the structure we've put in place, we intend to be an active player across the entire value chain in the capital market infrastructure space. And if you look at our business model, we're very clear as to the growth opportunities and the strategy that we're rolling out. We have global strategic partnerships, and we intend to bring those to bear as we roll out new opportunities across the verticals that I've just talked about. And finally, you have a strong management team and a strong governance framework that is designed to support value creation for various shareholders.
And reports show that fintechs are actually approaching more foreign investors and getting funded, more than local investors. Are there plans to attract more fintechs to the exchange?
First of all, I must congratulate the fintech industry for doing so well and attracting so much capital from outside of the country, even in a context where the economic realities make it a struggle to do that. The exchange has taken note, and when I say the exchange now, NGX exchange, and they are working actively to make sure that they position themselves to properly service this ecosystem. You're aware that about 18 months ago, we introduced the Growth Board, which is designed to support fast-growing companies. Just recently, the NGX Exchange hosted a Technovation conference to bring in all these fintech companies and really begin to work with them to create a market board that serves their needs. As you know, the traditional equity raising rules in Nigeria may not be applicable to these fintechs who are just starting and may not even be showing any revenues, not to talk about paying dividends. So there's a significant effort going on there. There's also a capacity building effort on the institutional and retail investor side to help them understand the nature of these fintech companies. And so I think stay tuned, there's more to come in that space.
And with the demutualization, you have successfully separated ownership rights from trading rights. But what does this mean in terms of future accreditation when you talk about new licenses and shareholdings?
So with demutualization, you're very right, we've decoupled the ownership from the trading rights. What that means that you can now create liquidity for the former owners who may want to access liquidity by selling down their shares. It also means opportunities for new people, new investors to come in and buy those shares. Indeed, one of the reasons why we listed was to democratize ownership of the exchange. And I note that since we completed our demutualization, we've almost tripled the number of shareholders that actually own the exchange. So ownership is different from access to the market. We have now created a licensing framework that works for those entities that want to get licensed to participate directly in our market across the various product categories that market offers. So I think that is a good thing. It allows for the listed entity to begin to institutionalize ownership. It allows for it to bring in a lot more retail investors from across the country and indeed across the globe as we embark on this new journey of creating value across the entire market infrastructure value chain.
And looking ahead now, what changes should the market expect in terms of structure, strategic partnerships, service offerings, costs?
So with the new structure and with our listing, the market must understand that we're not just an exchange. Indeed, we are a group of companies. We have those 3 subsidiaries that I talked about, including the exchange. We also have associate companies where we have significant investment, especially in the post-trade space, CSCS, for example, and NG Clearing. We have investments in other exchange platforms, fintechs, and the rest. The market should expect us to do more in really taking significant leading positions in pre-trade, trade, and post-trade aspects of the market infrastructure. They should expect a more nimble institution that is founded on very strong corporate governance frameworks, and that is really going to take advantage of all the various opportunities that the NGX exchange platform offers us in terms of accessing the markets, engaging in both organic and inorganic growth.
And seeing that the year is almost over, third quarter earnings are here, what should investors be looking out for from the NGX for 2022? What are some of the major things that you have for the year 2022?
So incidentally, we just wrapped up various strategy sessions. You can expect us to focus on strengthening the core, focus on building out positions in the various verticals that I mentioned. And indeed, really to grow inorganically. It's possible, given market conditions, that we may even be approaching the market. So all of those are on the table. There are opportunities that we intend to take advantage of at the right times once we've completed various studies and analysis.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Oscar Onyema, for being a part of the show this morning. Mr. Oscar Onyema is the Group Chief Executive Officer of the Nigerian Exchange Group, PLC. Thank you so much and enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you.
After the break, AFEX Commodities Market Update. Do stay with us. It's Business Morning on Channels Television.